to Alyssa's Animal Sanctuary. Alright, I definitely have to start the tour off by introducing you to the pig that lives inside of an ice cream truck. This is Charlotte, and I'm pretty sure she's like literally the coolest pig ever. So I've already done a whole tour of the inside of her ice cream truck house, so I won't do that again right now. But this is her little mud pit backyard that she can't escape from. This is Rosie's favorite spot in the whole yard, right up by the gate so she can get all of the treats before anybody else. Let me take you on the full virtual tour of our animal enrichment playground. So pretty much the entire base of our enrichment playground is made out of items that were recycled or repurposed. Like these giant circular spools that you see, these are all the old cable wire spools, and all of the ramps going across the top are made out of repurposed old pallets. So the entire base of this playground is sort of made out of these recycled and repurposed items, and then we just built off of that. And as we were building this enrichment playground, we tried to think of the individual needs that every animal has, and we tried to create an environment that would sort of encourage them to use their natural behaviors. So for example, the goats have these slides and playgrounds that they can climb on, and these 10-foot tall ramps in the sky, and all sorts of things that just keep them climbing and active, that helps to keep them exercising and stimulated, which keeps them healthy and happy. So my goal is to not only be able to rescue animals in need and provide them a safe forever home, but I want to be able to provide them a stimulating environment that they can truly thrive in. So that's why I focus so heavily on animal enrichment. And as we rescue each animal, we build them their own little house so that they have their own safe space to call their own and decompress in. We kind of learned early on that when it comes to rescue animals, that it's really important for them to have their own safe space. For example, this is Bobo. He's one of our new rescues, and every time he gets nervous, he runs right into his house because he feels safe there. Wait until you guys see the nighttime routine with him. He already knows which house is his and everything. It's amazing. All right, so that's the goats part of the playground. So now let's move on to the duck ponds. All right, so this is one of our above ground pools that we converted into a duck pond. This pool is for our female ducks, and there's also some aquatic animals and water plants to make it a more natural pond. The coolest part about this enrichment playground is that we're constantly building and redesigning and coming up with new creative ideas. And as more people donate materials and supplies, it allows us to be able to keep expanding onto this and keep building onto it, so it's constantly changing for the animals, making it more interesting and exciting for them. And this area is for disabled ducks. We built an in-ground pool so that they didn't have to worry about getting up a ramp to an above-ground pool to make it easy for them to get into the water. All right, next is the aviaries. Okay, so this aviary has some of our invasive species that would have been euthanized because they're invasive to Florida. There's Jemima, pancakes, waffles, petunia, whipped cream, Pop-Tart, biscuit, muffin, and French toast. This is our rehab aviary. And this is another one of those above ground pools that we converted into a duck pond, but this pond is for our male ducks. So we keep all of our males and female ducks separate to prevent breeding, but of course they each need their own pools. I'm so excited to show you guys this new area. We just had some amazing volunteers help to build this. I'm calling it Rooster Row. So there's always such a huge need for roosters that need to be rehomed. In fact, it's one of the #1 calls that we get for rescue, more than almost anything else. So we just started creating this whole little tiny town, and the individual little houses allow us to keep each of the roosters separate, which keeps everyone safe so that we can rescue as many roos as we can. Okay, so the last time I did a tour video, this house was for Bubba and Ren, but we have moved everybody around and Bubba and Ren are in a new area. And this dry pasture is for our mini donkey resident, who I haven't announced the name of just yet, but I promise I'll do that soon. All right, I showed you all the small aviaries, but now let me show you the big aviary. So we use this aviary for all of the birds that fly, the peacocks, and all the chickens. This is their space. This is our chicken coop, aka Clucking Hen Palace. which is fully stocked with all of the items that a female could ever need, like a mirror for the peahens to pamper themselves and a chandelier because these hens are true queens. Plenty of perches for them to sleep on and tons of nesting boxes so everyone can have their own private space while they lay their eggs. So here is some more rooster cages, and then check this out. This entire 100-foot-long aviary is all completely enclosed to keep all of our birds protected from predators, and we made this whole thing out of used, repurposed batting cages, which is seriously just so cool. And because it is such a large area, we're able to keep other animals in here too, like Scout. So this is Scout's house with her newly renovated and remodeled window that she did herself. And her next door neighbor is Wilbur. Don't ask me why Wilbur's house still says Charlotte's house. I'm working on it, all right? Okay, this is pretty cool. This is another one of those old wire wood spools that we repurposed into being a little baby chick coop. This is Albie's house. So fun fact, Albie's house was actually the first house that we built that started our little tiny town for animals. And then behind Albie's house is some of the horse stalls. This is Hazel, and this is Romeo, who, this is actually not Romeo's stall, but all right. And then Olivia is always keeping an eye out, watching everything, but she's never comfortable enough to actually come over on this side. Okay, so this is Lucy, Luna, Lilo, and Angel's house, but we all call it the Miami house. I don't know. Don't ask me why. These are a couple of brand new goat houses that we just made out of old shipping crates. Here is some more horse stalls. This is Maverick and Goose. They share a double wide stall because they're bros, you know, so I didn't want to split them up, so we keep them together. Sheesh! My man, looking majestic as ever right now. This is Lily. Hi, Lily. So we're starting to build more houses over here, but this is where Bubba, Ren, Buster, and Loki stay at. Guys, excuse me. Can I get through? Excuse me. So this new area that we've been building, it's kind of like Alcatraz Island all the way out here, but we wanted to give the boys a bigger space, and so we're building them all their own little mansions, and we have this whole pirate ship that we're building for them. Underneath is going to be like a cool little hangout spot. I'm going to be able to like stick hay there so they can hang out there during the day, or we could convert this into housing if we ever needed to. Whoa, what's going on? Ren, what's wrong? Buddy, what's wrong? Why would you do that to me? Guys. Anyway, so that's going to be their pirate ship enrichment playground. I can't wait to show you when it's done. I have so many cool ideas for it. And this is their new goat house mansions that I was telling you about. The male goats are so much larger than the female goats, so they need a lot more space. I did the green and gold for Loki's house, of course. And then the red and blue house over there was for Buster and Ren. But you see how much space there is in here? We could even do like a double decker if we ever wanted to. What's up, buddy? Loki, do you want some like bunk beds in here? I mean, just let me know and we'll build it for you. Do you like your new house though? Can I show everybody? I mean, it's about time you had a house that could fit that helmet. You know what I'm saying, Loki?